everyone, a Complex back with another video, and today we are doing our follow-up video to the Scavenger Hunt that is currently located in Anthem's Season of the Skulls. That's right, there is a Scavenger Hunt with lots of lore, and in a previous video, which I will link down below, I told you how to find all of the different skulls with the clues within Fort Tarsis, and today I'm going to walk you through how to apply that and take you on a little field trip out in the Bastion so you too can find all this lore and get a pretty awesome helmet for each of your javelins in the meantime. So let's dive in and find you that first one. So the first one that we are going to look for is called Standing Guard, and it says, on the cliff above the gates of Helios, I keep my watch. Now to find this one, all you're going to have to do is land at the East Gate Strider, and you're going to want to fly directly out of it, and you're going to want to head to this area where you can find pretty much any of the factions. I feel like most commonly you're either going to find Scar or Outlaw. Dominion sometimes rolls up there, but it is right there. So to your left and up in the top, there was like a mission with Dax way back when for kind of like main faction story stuff, but this is the one below that, and you can see the upper platform there. And then we've got this one here, and this is the first one. Let me pull it up on my map so that way you can see the exact location of this totem. It is here. It is right next to the East Gate. And now let's head on to the next one. So this next one is called Come and See, and it says, where our ancient enemy met their end, I wait, guarding the gate of the rising sun. So this next one actually isn't too far from where we are now. I'm trying to keep things as min-maxy as possible for you guys, just for ease of use in case you are just doing it all at once. So this next one, you're going to want to head to the Sanctuary Ruins, where you just want to jump right off that platform we were on. You're going to want to kind of bear a little bit to the left. You'll see the tech here, the Shaper tech. You're going to want to use that to kind of cut over. We're headed to the Sanctuary Ruins where we had the event for the Cataclysm originally that changed, so it's kind of like a ruin of a ruin now. And you're going to want to head straight over there. So once you get to the Sanctuary of Dunnar, you will see the waterfall over to your left, and you're going to want to find that and then keep going straight, and you'll start to see a little gate also against the rock wall, and then right in front of that gate you will notice the next totem is there. Now let me pull up the location on my map for you just so you can see it, and it is located at the tippity top of the map right where the sanctuary is in the Emerald Abyss. And now let us head to the next location. The codex entry for that is called I Wait, and it says, in the shadows at the Edian, I stand guard, ever watchful of our ancient foe. Now this isn't too far from where we were once again. You're gonna see the sanctuary, and the big giant snake is to my back, and you're just gonna want to keep flying straight. You'll see the big Edian tree. You'll also see a big Urgoth statue right across from where you need to go. So if you see the Urgoth statue, you're gonna want to go directly across from it, and then you will see the totem right here. And there it is, and it does look at that Urgoth statue. I feel like that there's a lot of hints there. Let me pull this up on my map so you can see the location for it. And now it is time once again to go on to the next. Actually, the next two are located very close to each other. You're going to want to travel to the Shadow Mark Strider, and I will show it to you on my map. You want that Strider. The next two are very close to each other, but first let me read you the codex entry for the first location we're headed to. And this one is called We Wait. It says, with the spears of our brothers at our back, we descended into the darkness where our enemy built great shrines to their own hubris. This one's actually not easy to get to. So once you head off the Shadow Mark Strider, you're going to want to move forward just a little bit and then take a right. And you're going to kind of go through that little weird alcove thing, and you will see this cave where I am pointing my gun. You'll know you're in the right spot when you see the lady in the wall, and then you are just going to head actually into that cave. That's where the next totem is. Let me pull this up on my map for you before I head into the cave, so that way you can just see exactly where the location is. And there it is. It's a really hard to find location, so it might take you a few tries, but as long as you can see the lady in the wall, you know that you will be in the right location. And then we're going to head to the next location, which is called For Honor. Now the codex entry for Honor states, find me in the tower gazebo of Shadowmark in the site of Madarin's effigy. So you're going to want to head out of this cave to find this location, and you're going to take a right. Now, if you're coming from the Shadow Mark Strider, you're just going to want to fly straight basically out. So you see this very tall tower. You can see either from the cave or the Shadow Mark Strider, and you're going to want to fly past it, and then you are going to see what is literally a great big gazebo. This isn't the actual, I thought that was the actual gazebo at first, but it's not. When you keep going a little bit further, you will see another gazebo, and you can just see it itty bitty in the distance. And then actually at the gazebo, you'll know you're in the right spot because there is also a gigantic Colossus statue right across from it. So that is how you would know that you are at the right one. And then there is your totem. Isn't it cute? All right. Actually, have you guys noticed if you listen to the totems with your headphones, they actually make these really cute clinking noises. I love it. But here's the location on the map. It is pretty much almost at the top of the left side of the map for you. And now on to the next locations. This one is called Find Me, and it says, upon the arm of the greater serpent I stand, eyes fixed on a lesser monument. So this next one, you're going to want to head back to the Shadow Mark Strider, but you're going to want to go the opposite way that we went for the last two locations. You're going to want to go through all this big pieces of Shaper Tech, and then to your left, you will notice the great big piece of Shaper Tech that has like the electricity coming off of it. You're going to want to head straight for it. Once you get there, you're going to want to head to the opposite side from where you came in, and you'll notice that there's like this little in the middle ledge that you can land on, and the totem is right in there. So it is, like I said, facing the opposite side. So you're going to be facing like the wilderness, and then there you go. There's your totem. Let me pull this up on my map so that way you can see it. And there it is. It is right at the Monument Watch. Super easy to find. And now we're going to head to the next location, which is actually at the Fortress of Dawn. This is called Still Watching, and it says, where the general held her court, I remain, guarding the way for the aspirants. Now you're once again going to want to head back to the Shadow Mark Strider for easiest access. You're going to want to take a right or left, depending on which way you come in. For me, it's generally a right. You'll go up and over a little cliff, and then you will start to head straight for the Fortress of Dawn. When you get to this point with the broken bridge, you're going to want to take a right, but don't go in. You're going to want to go up top where the two watchtowers are, and you'll know you're in the right space because you see our two big Colossus friends, and then you're going to want to look for this tower in specific, because the totem is right there. Let me pull this up on my map for you so you can see it. This is where we are, Fortress of Dawn, and now we're going to head to the next location. And this one is called In the Eye, and it says, from the Shaper's Eye, I watch over the valley that bears the general's name. Now, this one, you're going to want to travel back to Fort Tarsus, and you're going to want to take a right out of there, and then you're just going to want to follow this road for a quick few seconds, and then what you need is actually going to be to your left, and you will see right over there, there's like that little circle Shaper Tech relic left behind, and that is actually the area that you're looking for. You'll notice there is your totem. I will pull it up on my map so that way you can see exactly where it is. And then our next location isn't too far from here, which is pretty awesome, and let's head on over there. So this one is called On the Heights, and it says, find me upon this cliffside, guarding my brother's back as we lay our general to rest. Now, if you're thinking that you're heading to General Tarsus's tomb, guess what? That's exactly where you're headed. You want to start, the easiest way, I guess, for myself personally to get there is to start back at Fort Tarsus and then take a right and follow the entire wall for Fort Tarsus, and then keep following this road, and you're just going to want to follow it for a little bit. You will come to what I term as like the Strider Mark grave area, because there's just a whole bunch of dead Strider Marks in that area. Normally a lot of Scar will spawn there. You're going to want to take a left out of that area, and then you will see the big statue right ahead of you. And once you see the great big old statue, you're going to want to go behind it, and you will see up on a cliff there that there is the totem, basically. So there it is. That is that one. Let me pull it up on my map so you can see it. You can tell we are in the Valley of Tarsus still. And now on to our last location. This one is called Lost in Darkness, and it says, where the light of the high road falls away, I lie at the feet of my fellow knights. So you're going to want to travel back to Fort Tarsus. Once again, you're going to want to fly a little bit out of the landing and then take a left. So you'll see that there is the road with the flags, and you're going to want to follow that. I believe that this is technically what they meant by the high road, and you're just going to want to fly for a few minutes. You'll see that this great big ruin, the watchtower, is there. You'll see a set of stairs, and then if you'll notice, there is actually an arch, and you can see that there's a freelancer statue in there. And that is exactly what you are looking for. You can actually see the totem there. Let me pull it up on my map. So this is the location for it. And you're just going to want to fly in. And that is how you claim that last one. Congratulations. You're done. You finished your scavenger hunt. You are now the proud owner of some delicious, delicious Anthem lore. Not to mention a series of very fashionable hoods. If I do say so myself, I like these new helmets. This one that you are seeing now is the one for the Interceptor, and they are all very similar for each of the javelins. Now, I hope that this tutorial helped you go through and find everything. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave it down below in the comments, or you can find me on Twitch. I do stream Anthem at least once a week. And yeah, y'all, seriously, thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to do a video very soon on the lore that we discovered within the scavenger hunt. I cannot wait to deep dive into it with you. But that is going to be it from me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night and or day, depending on where you are in the world. And I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.